Let's talk about a really cute tradition in Germany, Nikolaus. So a few important things first. Nikolaus is not a federal holiday. It's just a tradition, and it's celebrated on December 6th every year. It's celebrated to remember the person Nikolaus, who was a bishop of Myra in nowadays Turkey. Who exactly was this person? So it's being told that Nikolaus was born out of a rich family and he used his heritage to help the poor and disadvantaged. He became bishop in the 4th century in Myra, that's a city in nowadays Turkey. And there are a lot of legends that you can read about of things that he has done in the past that help poor people. He gave gifts, he gave money, he rescued children, for example. He brought children back to life as well. So those are the legends around him. So, and as him being a very good and holy person, he's being celebrated every year on his death day. December 6th is supposedly the day he died in the 4th century. And since he loved children and giving gifts, we keep on with that tradition. And nowadays, it's like that you put your hopefully clean boot outdoors on the night of the 5th December, and you get it back the next day, filled hopefully with goodies. Traditionally, those were things like nuts, chocolate, apples, and tangerines. You can very often see that on old illustrations, for example. Nowadays, oftentimes it's also, for example, money or a toy. So why is it shoes or boots? So why is it that we're using boots to get them filled with goodies? That's because it's a long tradition to celebrate Nikolaus, and in the past, hundreds of years ago, people didn't have any containers to get them filled, for example. So that's why they use what they had basically, and that was shoes or boots. It's a tradition, or at least in the past, it was more of a tradition to distinguish between good kids and bad kids. And normally it was meant to be that Nikolaus, as the good person, gave the good kids a gift, and Knecht Ruprecht, his basically evil helper, who's also sometimes called Krampus, for example, in countries like Austria or even in Bavaria, and that this helper actually spanked the bad kids with a birch, so those kids that didn't behave very well. But that's mostly a thing of the past. And children still know about that, but it's not happening anymore. Nikolaus is not just celebrated in Germany, but also in other countries. It differs sometimes the way it is being celebrated. You can also see that when you go to stores, for example, that around St. Nicholas Day or Nikolaus Tag, that the chocolate that's being sold, for example, the wrapper looks more like a bishop, because it's really, the church really tries to get people to remember that person, Nikolaus or Saint Nicholas.